Scion is like 54 miles on mileage, but you have to pay like $2,000 more for it just because it's Toyota and that something.
Hey, it's Mild the Matt time. I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
And you're joined by the Hive Mind of Gavin, Corey, Jim, Chris, Ken, Grant, and Julian tonight. So we will bring up the chat. Hopefully we're here a little bit earlier.
Up from experts. And others yet to come.
Yes.
Okay. Good to hear.
All right.
Here. Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir.
So on that paint rack that I sold you, right?
Yes.
You do a lot of 3D printing, right?
Yes.
I just got this laser cutter. And so today I spent my time whipping out a glue holder.
Nice.
Just out of foam core. So I wound up making all my things like special because it's like one size doesn't fit all over here.
No.
And that paint holder you got was something that was like, it looked like it was going to work great, but it just didn't quite work as great as I thought it was going to work.
Well, but here, I'll show it.
But it looked like it's working great for you then. That's
Oh
good.
my God, let me show you. All right, hang on. It's gonna get a little.
I should have autographed the bottom of that thing.
There it is.
Make it worth even less.
Where you at? Yeah,
She's full.
yeah, that fits good. Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I filled it up. That's
You know
all
what?
the Vallejo model air paints. Because me and Chris went on a little expedition to find these paints.
Yeah.
And we got it to work now. So then I got home and I immediately put all the paints in it, and I'm like, shh. It was literally just enough for all the model air paints that I have. So now I don't have any paints in my cabinet anymore.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
bought that up at Mark Twain Hobby about 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. That's how long it's been sitting over here empty.
Well, first I had to re-glue it because when I got it home, a part of it had come undone.
Yeah, just a press fit, and I never
Yeah,
did.
so I just used the super glue that I bought.
There you go.
Yeah. It's
I
solid.
bought, so that one I gave you is because I got rid of mine, but I bought all these, I don't know if you can see them, nail polish racks off of Amazon. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're clear. And
Yeah.
I got 4 of them, and I need more.
I just
Yeah,
don't know this thing.
I got one from Temu, and it was like
Yeah.
$7 or something like that shipped.
Yeah, they're cheap.
But it filled up really quick, and I'm like, I need 6 more.
The only
It's
negative
always
is
the way, and then you always need more.
Yeah.
they don't
It's, uh,
hold Tamiya bottles. I wish they did. Like the large Tamiya bottles.
Yeah. Mine,
Well, you
the
can
one I
see
got
mine
does,
here.
but it doesn't hold a lot.
I got these from Shipping Lands.
Yeah.
These are actually like real thin, like light ply. They were cheap. These are like $10 a piece.
It's a laser cut ones, right?
Yeah, and starting all the way from the back here, I've got them in order all the way up, and then I've got all my oddballs over here. But I had enough room on this rack that I've got a whole side of nothing but washes, like my Flory washes, my Citadel washes, and all that, and then my Rust Effect stuff that I have on the other side. And I still have enough room for all those Vallejo paints.
Wow.
And then I'm going to do a little chemistry as soon as I can find me a container. I'm going to mix these because they're both the same milliliter. And I'm going to make me some stuff.
Make you some stuff.
Well, as soon as I'm done with it, then I'm going to use... Oh, I just had it. Here it is. I have this now. The olive drab. The Model Air or USAF olive drab. And I'm going to use this thinner with it, and we'll see how it works.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see an Interland. That works.
And I know I posted pictures of it, but of the B-17.
Yeah. I
Cool, sir.
did something last week, and it's completely changed my whole game, really. So like 6 years ago, Andy's Hobby Headquarters did a video on how he thins Tamiya paint
Yep.
for airbrushing. And if you look in the bottle, and it works on the tin mills too. If you look in the bottle, you open up a brand new bottle, there's like I guess it's an air gap. And it's just a lip in the glass on the inside.
Yep.
You just take a brand new bottle, pour in some X20 right up to that lip, seal it up, give it a shake. It's perfect for airbrushing at around 18 psi, and it's perfect for brush painting. It doesn't leave any strokes when you use 2 coats.
Well,
I did that with a bunch of my flat black and all that, and it does. It works really, really well.
Even brush painting XF2 white, which I hate white paint.
it's
Yeah,
so
I do
hard to
too.
cover.
Yeah.
Ken, trust me, 2 coats, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
On gray plastic.
I know
Yeah.
when I spray white, the Tamiya XF2, that's like the best spraying white.
Yeah, I sprayed it. I sprayed it too, so that's, I don't know.
I wish Tamiya had insignia white
Yeah.
because
Well, the Vallejo has insignia white, but it's horrible to paint with. I mean, I absolutely hate painting with it.
but so many planes, like if you do any Navy
Right.
scheme,
Yeah,
you
they're, you know what I've tried that works really well is the Mr. Color Insignia white.
that's what I use.
Yeah, it's-
But it doesn't spray as well as that XF2 white.
yeah, you don't get the coverage, but
You gotta,
it does match really well.
it does. And it's just slightly different.
Yep, just slightly off white, a little like a hint of deck tan or something in it. A
Something like
slight
that.
creamy color.
That's all great to me.
But yeah, that little trick that I it's like a 6-year-old video. I just stumbled upon it. It's completely changed my whole painting game.
Yeah, it's all in the thinning. I remember when I first started using Tamiya paints, I had no luck with it at all. It's because I was thinning it the same way I would thin my enamels, like precious enamels,
Right out.
and it didn't work. It's totally
Nope.
different. It likes like 50% thinner.
Plus,
Yeah.
50% plus.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Like
And it's
if
a
you,
fine line, too. If you go too far, you'll know it.
Yeah.
But
if any of you have listened to the Model Geeks where they were interviewing John Miller, and he was taught from Model Paint
Could you get me
Solutions.
something to drink?
That guy's a legend.
Like
Yeah,
green apple water or something.
he had some really great points he was making.
That was their latest show. He had some
Yeah.
really great points.
Yeah.
And I bought stuff from that guy. He's so nice, man. He called
Yeah.
me on the phone.
MCW paint.
Yeah, when he sells the harder and Steenbeck airbrushes, and he'll talk to you on he'll Skype with you,
Yeah.
and go over what your setup is and everything to help you get the best
I
result.
think I'm gonna buy one from him.
Unbelievable.
well,
Yeah,
if they
I
ever
think
made one that's a trigger, I'll do it. I love the airbrushes.
And he ain't cheap.
No,
He's
they're
pushing
not.
their, what is it, their evolution or whatever?
Yeah, the Evolution 2024.
Yeah. Let me tell
Is that
you.
the gold
I
one?
have it. It's this one.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
Yeah.
So what is it? Let me see it again, Julian. Show it to me. What's it called, the model?
The Evolution CR Plus. And
The
it's
harder
great because you
feedback.
don't really need anything else because it comes with a 0.4 nozzle.
Yeah.
And a 0.2.
I see one of those in my future, but not
Me
in the-
too.
not in the near future. Probably towards the end of the year or something. I still got my work on.
CR plus solo, is that? Or you want the 2-in-1? The 2-in-1.
I got the 2-in-1.
Yeah, so he's got it for 220. Chat. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I think I'm thoroughly invested in the Tamiya ecosystem and I've heard the Mr. Hobby Aqueous are the same way, so if I need something that Tamiya doesn't have, I can get those too.
Yeah, the aqueous spray really nice too. They remind
they're
me-
both the same. Like
Yeah.
they're not
Chemically,
lacquer, but they're not
yeah.
water based. They're
Right,
alcohol.
alcohol. Yep.
It's just that if you can easily get Mr. Hobby, Aqueous, or Mr. Color, because that's just the lacquer version. They have so many colors where that's my only gripe with Tamiya. You have to mix to get stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but like for instance, like I built that Phantom in the Mr. Color, Mr. Hobby, it's like 315 for white, insignia white, right?
Yeah.
And and some other color for the gray, and it's the gray for F4, right? I mean, Tamiya has it in a spray can, but they don't have it in, and they have it in the lacquer bottle, but they don't have it in their that gray.
Yeah, that's the light gold gray.
Yeah, light gold gray, which is the FS color for the Navy, for A7, F8, F4, F14. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the 70s aircraft.
Yeah, all that.
You know, that's my only problem with Tamiya. Same thing with their model kits. They give you everything is so nice, but they don't give you everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they'll give you a paint mask, but it's not die cut, so you gotta cut them out.
I don't like that. I buy
It's not really a paint mask then, is it?
No, well, yeah, it's like they went to the trouble to print it on there, and then they make you have to cut it out. So you better have a steady hand.
Well, and then I'm like, do I cut inside the line, out the line, right outside
Right.
the line? You know, I'm just,
Well, I will say there is a caveat to that because I've had some pre-cut ones that were too small.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
like the
true.
way Edar does it, where they do the edges, and then you got to fill in the middle. That way you can
Yeah.
move the edges around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that F6 is my first editor kit. I've never built one, so
Oh,
let's see.
You got the same one as me, but you got the late model, right?
Trophy pack, yeah, I got the late.
Yeah, it has everything. It has literally everything. It has those die-cut masks, has resin wheels, has a bunch of photo etch for the seats
Yeah.
and different parts of the plane. I will say this about the Hellcat though, because I went down this rat hole. I bought the detail and scale book, right? There's no, I mean, it was an amazing plane in the war in terms of like its combat, record.
Mhm.
It's boring in terms of paint. You just paint it gloss blue, basically. The whole body.
No, the bottom, there were some that the bottoms were white.
In the very beginning.
The
right
early
before.
ones, yeah.
The early ones,
ones
yeah.
had the intermediate.
Now mine,
blue
yeah,
and
it's
white.
all glossy blue. That's, yeah.
Right. But the F6, F5, that came out of the factory glossy blue. So you got to find a really nice one that has like some cool decals on it that they painted on there because it is just blue.
Do a fleet air arm one where you get the camo, to get the gray
Yeah.
and the gray green.
Yeah, it's that color.
Oh, that
Or
reminds
you need a cat mouth.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the cat mount's got a white bottom on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one I got has the decals. It has multiple, of course. That's another thing they're good at, right?
Yeah.
But the one of them I'm going to paint it. It's kind of boring, but it's the guy that the Navy's ace of World War II. He had 36 kills, and he was the number 3 U.S. aces, and the only ace that survived up at that level, right? The number 1 and 2 got killed.
Yep.
But it's got the 24 Japanese flags on one side, so that's the one I use. He killed 9 of them in one battle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about too. I wish I could remember his name though.
Yeah.
It's not Kepford. Was it Thatch? The one that did the Thatch Yee?
Yeah, I'll take a look. It's in here. Because then I went down a rabbit hole and looked him up. He lived to 1993 or whatever. And
Yeah.
in fact, they're going to rename Top Gun School after him because he had killed so many planes or people or whatever.
This is. Sorry, I'm doing a little chemistry.
Yeah, I feel the same way about the Hellcat. I mean, the kill to death ratio is awesome and it was a great plane, but it's just boring.
It is, but I got to build it because it's so good. And
Yeah.
David,
Well,
Commander David McCampbell is his name.
Okay.
That's an interesting comment about the Hellcat. I was reading a story about that, and when you look at the peak, when you plot out the number of kills on a graph, turns out that peak is right about the time when Japan was kind of like out of experienced pilots.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, it was right around what the Marianas turkey shooters when they,
yeah.
Because some people will argue that Corsair was better because it fought earlier in the war when they had
I
Japanese.
disagree. The Hellcat was easier to dogfight with as a pilot than the Corsair. The Corsair, and they're two different planes, right? The Hellcat was a great turn and burn style of aircraft, and that's why the weave works so well. But the Corsair is a boom and zoom.
But still,
you get high up, you come in, shoot, and take off.
But still, Chris has a good point. When Japan had experienced zero pilots, the Corsair, what was the
Well, the Zero was also super outmatched by the end of the war.
Yes.
Pardon? Say what, Julian?
The Zero was also like super outmatched by the end of the war.
Oh yeah,
It really hadn't improved it from,
No, the Corsair and the Hellcat both had the same super powerful engine. But the
2800.
video I watched on YouTube was when the Corsair came out, Japan had some good veteran pilots around. By the time the Hellcat really got into its groove, it was like a turkey shoot against rookie pilots on the Japanese side.
So what you're saying, Chris, is the Corsair cleared the way for the Hellcat.
Well, so I watched this really good video on YouTube that compared the two, and they talked about the downfall of the Corsair was it was hard to land, and pilots were kind of scared of it, right? And once the Hellcat came out, it was easier to land and fly, and they moved the Corsair to the ground attack role. So they were neck and neck in the number of kills, and then they didn't use the Hellcat for ground attack so much, so that it excelled and got way more kills than the Corsair did. But as soon as the war was over, they rapidly just threw the Hellcat in the trash. I mean, it was sad, the video I was watching. And they kept Corsair through.
Because they had the Bearcat coming out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and
you could also say the same thing about like the P-51 and P-60, or what is it? What am I thinking?
P-47.
Yeah, in Europe, because by the end of the war, there were no experienced pilots in Germany, and they were facing off against.
That 109 apparently was supposed to be a real tricky landing kind of thing. Apparently the whole 109 was not a pilot's friend kind of thing.
Well, the expert pilots, like all the high-scoring aces, German aces, the 109s.
Yeah.
The ace of World War II of any country who lived through the whole thing was a 109 pilot.
Well, I'm not saying it couldn't be flown, but
Right.
apparently most of the I can't remember how they phrased it, but
They had a lot of training
they lost
accidents.
a large number of those airplanes on landing because of the way the gear was set up.
Yeah, it's a narrow track.
Well, and it's just like this, doesn't it? It's angled out real bad.
Yeah.
It's a narrow track gear like the Spitfire. The Spitfire had a lot of landing accidents.
But
I just heard the numbers yesterday, I think. It was between 39 and 42. Like 45% of all ME-109 losses were on landing.
is that okay? Yeah, that's Professor Gavin strikes again. Thank you, Gavin.
But nobody beats the Corsair for killing its own pilots. I mean, they did not call it the Ensign killer for nothing. Yeah, it was a tough plane to fly.
Yeah, that's what the Brits actually learned how to land on the carriers, and once they showed the Americans how to do it, they could resume carrier trials.
Well, and you were talking about everybody's talking about the Wildcat. Didn't the British use the Hellcat for a while? They called it the Bartlett.
That's the Wildcat.
Yeah, they used the Wildcat.
I'd say if you want some interesting markings, there you go.
The Hellcat too they used, but
You gotta think the Corsair. Let's see, I just read about this. The Corsair's design started in 38, and it was supposed to be an interceptor. Much like what the F-14 would become, it was a fleet defense interceptor.
Yep.
The Hellcat didn't start design until after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And it really took off after we got a hold of a Zero intact.
Yep.
So it's like, there's like 5 or 6 years difference between the two airplanes.
In fact, the water cooling part of the Hellcat engine was from the captured Zero. They figured out how it made it fast, give it more horsepower. I was like,
Here's a bit of trivia for you. Who was the first American to fly a Zero?
Wow.
Hey, Boynton.
Nope. Chuck Yeager.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
the one they got from Akutan, the one that had nosed over. The pilot thought he was landing on a field, and it turned out to be a marsh. He flipped over.
Yep.
Flipped over, and they got
It's
pretty
actually
much
in his
intact.
book. He talks about flying it. He loved it.
Yeah.
So it was one of the times he flew what they call a perfect sawtooth pattern. Yeah.
I would like to revisit Chris's comment about the water-cooled engine.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the story behind that? I have not heard this.
So the original Hellcat engine was not powerful enough, right? It was like 2,400 horsepower, and they ultimately got 2,800, I believe. But part of the way they improved it, because it was heavy. The Hellcat was heavy. It had armor around it and all kinds of stuff. But they captured some Zeros, and they figured out that the Zero engine was water cooled or something like that, or water injected or something like that. And they took that technology and improved the Hellcat engine, which then replaced all the engines in the Corsair and the Hellcat, gave it that 2,800 whatever horsepower engine or something.
The Wright Cyclone 2800.
I get that. Now I get like the water injection. Get that now. Okay.
Yeah.
So without the modifications, it was kind of underpowered for its weight.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just one thing. I think they were improving it because the pilot said we need to get up faster.
Matt?
So, George is on.
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Says, hi, Matt and the team. Listening in the past for a few minutes. Let's see, I need some nail polish racks, and Mr. Holly paints are considered on average the most accurate, and he's now caught up. So, and then it says he's not on. So, okay. So.
Hey, Matt, could you do that in an Australian accent, please?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. It doesn't feel like George unless you do it real quiet in an Australian accent.
George of the Outback.
Alright.
Oh, I like it.
It's good.
All done. I'm calling it done.
Wow.
It's gonna be a shelf.
Oh,
It
look at
ain't going to any IPMS things, but it's done.
Oh, come on.
Wait. Why is it going to IPMS?
It is a turd bucket.
You're recording, Matt.
I know, that's why I said that. But
Turd bucket. You said turd bucket.
yeah,
Why? Probably because it's about 60 years old and 60% flash.
yeah, it was. I got it done, but I'm not happy with it. But it's done.
And you turned it into a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You took a turd and turned it into a diamond.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely some.
Took a turd and
About as
polished
beautiful as a
Yeah.
P-47 can get.
There's
There you go.
definitely some turd polishing right there.
I've been to the
All right,
site
kids,
of,
don't do drugs and stay in school. That way you don't have to call.
I've been to the site of the Republic factory that they built in Evansville for the P-47.
Is the Republic still around?
No,
Oh.
Republic went bye-bye in the 80s.
Who did get bought by?
General Dynamics.
Oh, in the 80s?
Yeah.
That's why we lost the A-12s. Okay.
That A12.
And then General Dynamics proceeded to shred and or burn all of the Republic archives.
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep, every single bit of it.
What the hell is their problem?
No, there was definitely
It
some
wasn't their
issues there.
design.
The government cover up right there.
What was their problem?
It wasn't theirs. It wasn't their idea. They were I say they were jealous, but you know, that's just me.
I'm
Maybe they
just,
digitized them.
They weren't really aviation enthusiasts then.
Agreed.
There you go.
They were
okay.
maintaining it for posterity.
but still, yeah, that's, man, you can capitalize on that legacy.
I didn't Fairchild buy it was Fairchild Republic. Fairchild bought Republic.
Mm-hmm.
They built the A10 and then General Dynamics bought Fairchild Republic.
Had to say it, didn't just had to say it.
He said the word.
If I don't say A10, it's not a muddling with the math.
So, for those of you that weren't at Mark Twain over the weekend, Gavin brought his grandfather, lovely gentleman, by the way. He was a hoot to be around. We threw this question at him. Now, Gavin's grandfather is a seasoned gentleman,
And Army vet.
He's a veteran.
and an army vet, and an army vet. So
He's a
we
red
asked
light.
him, he said,
He's an artilleryman.
yeah. So we asked him, "What do you think of the A10?" He said, "I think they should keep it forever." And me and Chris, we almost had a coronary jumping up and down.
I shook his hand right there on the scene.
Yeah, that was good.
It was funny.
Because we just looked at Gavin and going, "You didn't get that one, did you?"
And Julian was there to see
Yeah,
it.
Julian was there too.
Both of them made understanding. He even said, he goes, "Well, it's the younger generation. They want those fancy planes."
You know, I actually saw something really that I hadn't thought about in a long time. There, about 10 years ago now, there was a Call of Duty that came out called Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's kind of like a backwater game. Nobody really remembers it that well. Like, it's set in the near future, and in that game, they've turned the A-10s into UAVs. Yeah, which I thought, that might actually work. I would agree with that. I mean,
It's predominantly fly-by-wire anyway.
No, the A10. No, the A10's analog, friend. All 100% analog.
Cables.
That's what I said.
Triple
He said
redundant.
fly-by-wire. Fly-by-wire means the computer is controlling it.
It's fiber optic.
Well, what it means is the control inputs are converted to electrical signals that are then routed to,
Through a computer. Right.
The hydraulic
Yeah.
actuators.
now that doesn't mean that the later generations fly-by-wire didn't have a computer in between, but the original.
Is there a computer in the A10? I don't think so.
I don't think, no,
I don't know.
Well, there's a CCIP, so yeah, technically there is a computer.
Yeah, the
Okay.
A10C, I believe, is updated digitally.
Okay.
The A10As are the old, they had triple redundant hydraulic and cables and something else.
So, Corey.
Get the,
Yes.
So, was the fly-by-wire, was that a joke that you just made, or?
I misspoke. I was
Okay.
trying to think.
Because I felt really bad. I'm like, well, what if he
Wire.
was making a joke, and now it's like, geez, I just called him on the
I'm not
carpet for it.
thinking Wi-Fi. When I think wire, because I'm old, I think
Right.
a piece of wire going back and forth
Gotcha.
over a pulley.
Gotcha. And I figured that. I'm like, cool, okay. So,
That-
my
that makes
mistake, buddy.
sense.
My mistake.
And yes, it should be around forever.
Yes, it should. Woo, there we go.
The intimidation factor
Oh, yeah.
alone from that platform is, you're not going to get that with an F-35.
Now,
okay,
let
okay.
me put it,
I have to
let me,
ask,
go ahead.
who's it intimidating? Because it ain't the Russians.
Troops on the ground.
I mean, it hasn't fought in a peer adversary in its entire existence.
it doesn't have a peer.
I do have a question about that, Gavin.
Yes, sir.
Do Russians have TVs?
Sure.
Do you think they may have watched the Operation Desert Storm and the Road of
Yeah.
Death when we just ran two A-10s down there and went, hey, look, this is your entire armament.
Right.
And that the fact that this thing chewed through tanks like piranha, it's just, and the whole,
I'm a piranha.
when all of a sudden the ground starts exploding around you and somebody that's not next to you hears, brrr, Yeah, you're running for shelter.
It's the same equivalent, okay? So a lot of people say that the shotgun is a very dated weapon, right? But you hear that sound in the dark, you're gonna pee yourself. I don't care who you are.
I want to revisit that comment about the A-10 and its peer. That's like saying a C-117 never got in combat with its peer. I know the A-10.
I mean, it has a peer in the S-225, but we've never faced a large army.
What I'm saying is the A-10 was never intended to be a fighter-on-fighter kind of aircraft.
I know what he means.
And guys, Gavin has been trying to make a statement. I want to give him some airtime for that, if you guys don't mind.
No, I mean, we never went to war with the Soviets.
Good.
The A-10 we've never been in a war while the A-10's been in an inventory with something that could really challenge it.
I was really hoping in Ukraine.
Went through G.
Well, let's think about that.
Iraq is really a threat to the United States?
Well, no, but think about it. Whose tanks were they using? The Iraqi Guard were using Russian tanks.
Yeah,
they're using
52s.
They were
using tanks that have been outdated for 40 years. Like, they had a couple
All the way until you got to the Royal Guard. Royal Guard, actually, they were pretty well equipped.
Yeah.
But
they were using export T-72s, which have less armor.
Well, the air, as far as the ground to air, they have a lot of Russian stuff.
I really regret mentioning it now.
I told you.
This there is some
buddy.
passionate people
I blame
on
you.
that platform.
I poked the bear.
Okay, George says, here we go.
Hold on, the Australian.
The word from our man down under. The A-10 is an epic bombing platform. It can auto-release bombs on a target and then ripple drop fire following bombs at any interval. DCS showed me. He says triple AAA and shoulder launch weapons are the biggest threat.
Yes.
So, there you go.
Agree.
Shoulder launch weapons are the biggest threat to anything.
I was going to say, a Stinger is a threat to almost anything.
Wait, hold on. I've got some input on this then. Will an F-35 still be airworthy with an 8-foot hole in its wing?
Probably not.
It will never get in that position.
Then are we not comparing apples and oranges?
Are we working in absolutes here?
It will be interesting to see what happens.
Are we having fun yet?
Oh, yeah, I've been having fun. Remember, hot glue guns are your friend.
Oh, they're hot.
Yes, they are.
If the Air Force or the Navy or whoever, probably Air Force, deploys it right, they will never send an F-35 in that position.
And that F-35 is never going to be scraping the ground. It's going to be dropping a JDAM from 25,000 feet in the air.
Yeah. But any combat vehicle, whether it be aircraft, whether it be tank, whether it be car, whatever, the moment a plan hits combat, all plans are out the window. So, the F-4 was never really meant to dogfight, and yet it did. The F-104 was never meant to dogfight, and yet it did. They've even done ground support with a B-52. Wasn't ever meant to do that, but it sure did it. So if they're going to do all-around aircraft that does everything, it better be prepared to handle everything. Just saying.
How about a B-52 version of the C-130 Spectre?
There you go. Oh, my God.
Hold on.
You can carry a couple of howitzers.
Okay, Luke. Back to the F-6. The answer is the F-6F-5 had provisions for water injection and increased engine power. It was implemented in late 43 on the new R2800-10W engine. So yeah, it was water injection, increased the power, and it was when they put the R2800 into it.
Yeah.
So they boosted the engine and
the engine is the Corsair.
That's right.
Yes, I think that R28 got some updates from the captured zero.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
They list a couple of benefits of that whole thing about performance, preventing engine knock, and increased power output. But
And George was,
I'm impressed with Google AI, or at least the AI. Those are super. Oh hell! I just remember the databases. What's the latest databases are? God, I can't remember the term. Oh shit.
Relational?
Yeah. What?
Relational databases?
Yeah, I think that's what the hell was the term when they first came out about 10 years ago. Damn it. MySQL is one of those.
Large language model?
It could be. It was just, but anyway, these AI, they tend to be tremendous database searchers. They can put two and two together real fast. I'm really impressed
Burn
with
a lot
them.
of energy too.
Relational database is what is.
So do I when I'm just sitting here.
amen.
Hey,
Anyway,
who's ready for some music?
back to
Music
you.
out.
Not me, Matt, because I
Before we
looked at the
start the
1992
music-
charts.
I have to ask Matt too a question.
Yep.
If he's coming within 200 miles of us, will you be going to the Dave Gilmour farewell concert?
Oh, jeez.
No, because he's, ancient.
I am. If they give me the opportunity to see him, especially in Vegas with the Sphere,
I mean, if
yeah,
you're free,
I would
sure,
see
but
David Gilmour.
David
I
Gilmour
won't
at
pay
the
top
Sphere.
dollar for 50-plus-year-old acts at this point because it's not guaranteed to be a great show.
You never know. I mean, I went to Ozzy and he was 70 plus. It wasn't bad.
Hey, I'm assuming you haven't seen a Rolling Stones concert.
Right.
Or Elton John.
Yeah.
He's so bad right now when he goes in. I don't know.
So
if
that's
he
what I'm
goes
gonna do.
in.
I'm gonna kidnap Jim if it goes to Vegas because I don't know Vegas,
Oh, I know Vegas.
and we'll go see Dave Gilmour.
And also, I might get some flack for this, but I don't think seeing Metallica, James Sheffield can't sing like he did. It's not worth it.
Go away.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah. It just.
Everybody gets
These
older.
days,
eventually.
you're going for the novelty and to say that you've seen them. You're not going because
Yeah.
you're going to get a great performance.
Exactly.
And what performance you get can color the performance that you remembered when they
Yeah.
were great. I hate that.
I remember a great concert. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing the Monkees and loving them. They had a great stage.
Yeah.
performance.
I like the
That was
monkey.
at Six Flags.
Oh, man. Those were the score.
What's that?
Those were the days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
going Six Flags, yeah. I saw some awesome concerts at Six Flags.
I'm going June 9th.
Was that?
Mississippi Nights was on at the same time. That was.
Oh, dude.
Man.
They need to bring back Mississippi Nights somehow.
Uh-oh.
The old
But anyway,
theater.
Bumper setup is not accurate to the
Um,
actual car.
Doesn't-
but you were saying about
Yeah,
the
but it's
tournament,
licensed
Mr.
through
Holtzman?
Chrysler, so it should-
Alrighty. Hey, how about some songs? Here we go. We got Again. This is 1992. So we got Again Tonight by John Mellencamp versus Sting Me, the Black Crowes. So there we go. So we got Again Tonight, Mellencamp, Sting Me, the Black Crowes. Tonight's batting order is going to be Gavin, followed by Corey, Jim, Chris, Ken, Grant,
George.
Julian. We got the Matts and George. So,
Can you guys hear that?
hear what?
Fun, man.
That's a tornado, Jim.
Hope not.
There was a one in
Gavin, you
St.
there?
Louis.
That's my air evacuator and my airbrush both out on at the same time.
I don't hear that.
Really?
No.
No background noise.
Awesome.
Alright, so we got George in there. Thank you, George. Got your vote. We'll hold off on Gavin. So, Corey, Mellencamp or Black Crows?
Black Crows because I don't like Mellencamp.
Okay. Okay, Jim.
Black Crows for the exact same reason.
Okay. Chris.
That way.
Black Crows, because I like the Black Crows.
Okay. Ken.
Black Crows.
Alright. Grant.
Black Cruz.
Julian.
Viva.
Matt.
Black Crows.
Crows. Alright. Gavin. Again tonight by Mellencamp or Sting Me by the Black Crows.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Alright.
Move on. Moves on.
That's sweet.
Nope. George voted for John Cougar. Alright. So we got Even Better Than the Real Thing by U2 versus Let's Get Rocked by Def Leppard. So Gavin.
Def Leppard. I don't know why that was even. Why you have to think about that. U2 versus Def Leppard. Are you kidding?
Corey.
U2, really? I am so conflicted on this one, but I'm going to say Def Leppard.
Okay. Jim.
I'm saying the Def Leppard.
Okay. Chris.
I'm gonna say Viva. Not a fan of either.
Oh, okay. Hey. Ken.
Def Leppard.
Alright. Grant.
I'm gonna say you too because it's one fine aircraft.
Okay. Julian.
Fair enough.
Viva.
Viva. Matt.
Oh no.
Def Leppard because U2 sucks.
Alright, George, you got yours. Let's get
I don't
Rod
get
moves
this.
on.
You two sucks. So says the SR-71.
Which one's still in service?
I have a question. Hey,
Yes.
Julian, what year are we going to have to hit before you stop BB?
Next year, I actually looked at the charts before we got on, and I know most of them from 1993 and 94. So,
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
I can't wait to hear the answers.
I don't really listen to, like, classic rock, I guess. I don't know.
Ouch.
We just call it rock around here.
I think you just called us old. That's what I did.
Anything before my birthday is classic rock.
I can't help it. They're all on ARP.
Anything before my birthday was
AC/DC.
considered classic rock.
That's how I knew I was old when I got the AARP letter.
Yeah.
I'm not
ARP
old,
endorsed
Mason, follow
by
me.
ACDC.
Alright, so the next one we got Thorn in My Pride, Black Crows versus Keep the Faith by Bon Jovi. Gavin, what do you think?
This is easy.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, alright. Corey.
Black Rose.
Alright. Jim.
Black Rose with a Bon Jovi.
Alright.
You're speaking my
Chris.
language, Mr. War.
Black Crows.
Ken.
Black Crows.
Alright. Grant.
Las Vegas.
Alright. Julian.
I'm sorry. What am I asking?
Thorn in My Pride, Black Crows, Keep the Faith, Bon Jovi.
Viva.
Okay.
Okay,
George, we got you. Okay, Matt.
Black Crows.
Black Crows.
Not a huge Bon Jovi person.
Alright, 5-4 and 2 Vivas. Black Crows
That's
moving
because you're not a
on.
girl.
Now, if you play anything off of Slippery When Wet, sure, that'll win.
Alright, we got Human Touch by Bruce Springsteen versus Digging in the Dirt, Peter Gabriel.
Ooh.
Springsteen or
more
Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Gavin, what you got?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Screw
alright.
Springsteen.
Alright. Corey.
Oh, yes, Peter Gabriel.
Oh, yes, pretty good. Alright. Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Gabriel.
Springsteen smiles too much.
Alright. Chris.
Sing. That's what I want you to do.
Alright. Ken.
Peter Gabriel.
Alright. Grant.
Gabriel.
Alright. Julian.
Viva.
Viva. Let's see. George, we got your Viva. Matt.
Where's my picture go?
Gabriel, because Springsteen also sucks.
Alright.
I think we have a
digging in the
consensus
dirt.
on that one.
Moving on. All right. All right, we got one by U2 versus Rest in Peace by Extreme.
Huh.
All right, so here we go. We have
That's the
one
most eclectic
U2
thing
or
I've
Rest
ever
in
heard in
Peace
my life.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Is that the one? Is it like? Oh, go ahead.
Not you two. So the other one.
Rest in Peace Extreme. All right. Corey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one on that one.
All right.
'Cause I think I know that song, and I
Okay.
actually like.
I'm gonna go with you two as well.
Okay. All right. Chris.
U2.
Okay. Ken.
I know most people aren't a fan, but
I'm gonna Viva on that one.
Okay.
I don't
Grant.
know either one of those.
You too.
You too. All right. Julian.
Viva.
Viva. George, we got yours. Matt.
Anything but you two.
Oh, you two. All right. Unfortunately, 6-2. You two moves on, so we got one. All right. All right. So we got "How About That" by Bad Company versus "Sting Me" the Black Crowes. So Bad Company, Black Crowes, both BC. Gavin, what you thinking?
Bad Company.
All right. Corey?
We're already into matches.
Yes, because it's
oh yeah.
92 only had. I don't have my list.
Like,
Like
9?
13.
Yeah.
Oh,
Black
no,
Crowes had a huge
Bad
year.
Company.
Ah, yes, they did. All right. Jim?
I'm gonna go Black Crowes on that one too.
Okay. Chris?
Black Rose.
Black Crowes?
I'm
Ken?
more of a fan of older.
Bad Company.
I'm more of a fan of older Bad Company.
All right. Grant?
You too.
Don't have a choice.
Don't have a choice.
Yeah, it's either Bad Company or Black Crowes.
Wait a second. Wait, time out. This Bad Company isn't the Bad Company that sang Bad Company?
It's not the Paul Rogers.
No,
it's not
then
the Paul
Black Crowes.
Rogers Bad Company.
Oh,
I'm
damn it.
switching mine to Black Crowes. Sorry,
All right.
because I thought it was old.
Yeah, I'm switching mine to Black Rose. I thought it was
All right.
right.
George, you got yours.
This is the 80s and 90s Bad Company.
The
Yes.
Crows. The Crows. The Crows.
Crows, all right.
Crows.
All right. Julian?
Bad Company. My favorite
Bad
Bad
Company
Company.
on that one. Matt?
Yeah, that's a good game.
Black Crowes.
Black Crows. Let's see, we gotta cross off that one, so that's 4. Alright, 5-4 with 1. Viva! Sting Me, Black Crows is coming down. So they won. Alright, so we got Thorn in My Pride, Black Crows, versus Dig in the Dirt, Peter Gabriel. What do you think, Gavin?
Black Crowes for this one.
Black Crows on that one, alright. Corey?
Was it again? Who was it?
Thorn in My Pride, Black Crows, Digging in the Dirt, Peter Gabriel.
Digging in the Dirt.
Digging in the Dirt. Okay, Jim?
Digging in the Dirt. Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Love Peter
Chris?
Gabriel.
Black Rose.
Black Crows. See, Ken?
Peter Gabriel.
Alright. Grant?
Gabriel.
Alright, George, you got yours as well? Julian?
Viva.
Viva? Matt?
Gabriel, just cause I don't want to see a Black Crowes final.
Alright, Digging in the Dirt moves on.
Now what?
Good man, Matt.
There you go. Now you're thinking.
Alright. Well, we got Hotel Illness by the Black Crowes versus Let's Get Rock, Def Leppard. Alright, so let's see. Gavin?
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard on that one, alright. Corey?
Def Leppard.
Alright. Jim?
Probably
The
definitely
Unhearing Cat.
in the years.
Okay.
Def Leppard.
Yep. Chris?
Black Rose.
Black Rose. Alright. Ken.
Def Leppard.
Alright. Grant.
I'm gonna vote Black Crows in honor of Matt too.
Okay. Julian.
Viva.
Viva. Matt.
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Left Deppard.
Left Deppard.
The left of Deppard.
Alright, let's get rock
fastest
moves
drummer on the
on.
planet.
A cougar they
All
can't
right,
hear.
and then we got Remedy, Black Crows, the #1 seed, versus One by U2.
Ooh.
So there we go. So we have Remedy or One. Gavin.
Remedy.
Remedy. All right.
Not Remedy by Caesar. That's a good one.
Corey.
One.
One. U2. Jim.
I will too, and go YouTube.
All right. George, I got yours. Okay, Chris.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Ken.
Remedy.
All right. Grant.
Black Crows.
All right. Julian.
Viva.
Viva. Matt.
Black Crows, because even though I don't want a Black Crows final, I also don't want you two in the final.
The lesser
Look, man,
of two
you can't have it
evils.
all.
Hey, he's
All right,
loyal.
so in our finals, we got Sting Me, Black Crows versus Let's Get Rocked.
Oh, Black Crows.
That's the final?
That's part of it. So
Okay.
yes, this is the final four.
Okay.
So, okay, so Sting Me, Black Crows, Let's Get Rocked, Def Leppard. Kevin.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Corey.
Def Leppard.
Jim.
That's Leopard.
Okay. Chris.
Black Crows.
Okay. Ken.
Def Leppard.
Okay. Grant.
Yeah, Black Crows.
Okay. Julian.
Die on that hill.
Viva.
Viva. Let's see. Yeah, I got
You
that.
could have
Okay.
just voted Def Leppard just to help us out. You know that, right?
Right.
Or
Hey,
Black Crows. Help us out.
There's
Matt.
enough Black Crows on this list.
Def Leppard.
There
All
it is.
right. Well, Let's Get Rocked moves on. 60.
That is a banger. Not gonna lie.
All right, then we got
It is a
Remedy
banger.
versus Digging in the Dirt. So we got Black Crows versus Peter Gabriel.
Hmm.
Gavin, what do you think?
Digging in the dirt.
All right.
Good man.
All right, Corey.
Dig it in the dirt.
Okay, Jim.
I too will dig in the dirt.
All right. Ken. Oh, sorry.
Black-
Chris.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Ken. Sorry.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Grant.
Black Crows.
Black Crows. Julian.
Black Crows.
Viva.
Viva. Matt.
I'm gonna Black Crows.
Black Crows. Remedy moves on with 2 Vivas. 8-3. All right, so our final
Well,
2.
Matt too just got his wish.
We got Remedy, Black Crows by Let's Get Rocked, Def Leppard. Gavin.
Remedy.
All right. Corey.
Def Leppard.
Jim.
Def Leppard.
Chris.
Black Crows.
Ken.
Black Crows because I like that song.
Okay. Grant.
Black Crows. Love that
See.
whiskey.
Julian.
Viva.
Viva.
Oh,
Let's
please.
see. Oh, George got that one. Matt.
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Oh, very close. George, your breaks are tie. And Remedy is moving on as our
Dang
champion.
it, George.
Yay!
George, let me down,
5
buddy.
to 4 with one Diva.
George.
Way to go, George.
I guess George didn't want to get rocked.
Or maybe he does want to get rocked since he voted against him.
Maybe he has the remedy.
Marked by the Black Rose.
By rock, you mean he wants to catch these hands.
Hey, where's Def Leppard from?
Germany. London.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. Now you know why
They're
he
from,
did not
they're from
choose.
the island.
Now you know why he didn't choose Def Leppard.
Oh. them boys over there in prison dust it out.
All right.
That's pretty good
Well, I
Australian.
was thinking of the Scorpions as the German one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way to
yeah.
change, man. Way to change. All right.
I love Klaus Mine and the Scorpions.
Get Scorpions to do a show with Rammstein.
I'm pretty sure that's already happened. Yeah, I gotta say that's probably already happened, right?
I haven't heard about it. I'm sure
George
it
says,
has.
"Don't
but-
blame me, Jim." He says that my vote was counted first.
That's true. But you said he was the tiebreaker.
Yes, he was.
He went.
Well, then I
he was-
apologize, my overseas brother.
All right, so this brings us into not next week because remember we're going on our 3-week hiatus. So next live show will be July.
So, first week.
Probably sometime.
And
in that
what
first
will
week.
be the bracket that day?
That'll be 1993.
All right, I expect more than a bebop, Julie.
I've been.
Yeah, 93's got some great songs.
So the ones for that year, I can't find my 92 list. Considering I was just using it.
I love it when the Alzheimer's gets in. It's like rediscovering your house all over again. Wow, this is really cool. I should own this. Oh, wait a minute. I do live here.
Yay!
So now you got 3 weeks to brush up on 93. So we got let's see. Oh, amazing songs from this year. We got "Daughter" by Pearl Jam.
Okay.
That's a great song.
"Mary Jane's Last Dance," Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
That one.
We got "Stick It Out" by Rush. We got
What is it?
"No Rain" by Blind Melon.
Which Rush song?
Stick it out.
"Stick It Out."
This is going to be hard.
Let's see. "Peace Pipe" by Cry of Love. I don't remember that one. What? Let's
That's
see.
the Robert Plant bandish
Okay.
thing.
"What If I Came Knocking," John Mellencamp. The one that was
Fucking
played
crap.
the crap out of in my college cafeteria, "Crying" by Aerosmith.
Oh, God. Hot video, though.
We got "Big Gun" by AC/DC.
Ooh, good.
Now, Last Action
Now
Hero
we're talking.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
We got
That's a banger.
"Plush" by Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, amazing.
Good song.
Man, this is going to be a hard one, man.
"If You're Gonna Go My Way," Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, this is gonna suck out loud.
"Living on
love
the
that
Edge,"
song.
Aerosmith.
Living on the Edge is good.
that one.
Pride and Joy, Coverdale Page.
Yeah.
"Won't Get Fooled Again," Van Halen.
What was the Van Halen song?
"Won't Get Fooled Again."
I don't
I
remember.
only know that song from The Who.
I was gonna say, listen, maybe they did a cover. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not the Who cover, if that's what you're thinking.
We got "Don't Tear Me Up," Mick Jagger, when he was going solo for a little bit. And "Stand Up," "Kick Love Into Motion," Def Leppard. So that is 1993, gentlemen.
Wow, you made that list hard.
No, they didn't.
Be hard.
I am going to take an anti-anxiety pill like 3 times just to
Oh, yeah.
for this list.
I may have to do a gummy before that one.
the nice gummies, the ones you get at the store.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
we
you're
probably
watermelon.
Taking a break from the glue to grab something to eat.
might feel
Julian,
a bit
what'd you get at
peckish
the
40,
swap meet?
45 minutes after said.
I got this book about the WSS on the Eastern Front. I got 2 oil paints, and then I got this. Go to the camera. I got this. Can I see this? Impossible.
They were saying that I didn't like Ravel boxes. I don't.
Yeah, well, there's no way I can zoom in, but I got this amazing hobby Panther 2. It's like right there.
Oh, I see it. Oh, cool. Yeah.
And managed to sell model kit. That's pretty cool, I guess.
You sold one?
Yeah, I sold this rifle model's Leopard 2A7.
I thought you were going to say you sold the one that got destroyed in the car wreck. It could be repaired.
It can't. It just can't, Jim.
It's buff out the scratches.
It's not.
Hey, Chris, did you take Ravel
All right,
down?
so here's my question.
Yeah. I
Go
hate
into the
Ravel.
seller box.
Did you throw it away?
No, I'm keeping
No,
them.
no. That's kind of it's detached
I'm
from
not
one
going to throw them
side.
away.
Yeah.
How much
Use
do you
the
want for it?
tracks off it.
I don't like that either.
What do I want for them? Well, Jim, I already
Oh, I'll-
stripped all the useful parts off them.
oh crap! I was going to try and rebuild it.
Could you use the tracks off it?
I still got the tracks for the Panther, but the ones for the Tiger were 3D printed, so they went into like a trillion pieces.
Oh no! Yeah, they do that. All right, I need everybody's hive minded attention. The bottom of this is gray. I need to know if I need one more light coat of this neutral gray.
No, that looks good.
Make your screen the center or whatever it is.
I
You
think
make
you're
your
good.
screen-
Looks
Can
good.
you like full screen?
It's that one.
No, but it
last
needs a
coat
varnish, Jim. Looks perfect.
I think it looks great.
Okay, so that's to me a neutral gray with the unicorn tears of joy.
Yeah.
So it's just enough to where I can barely see, and that's why I have to ask, because the panel lines really jump out at me, right? Because I'm colorblind. So to me, it looks like I could almost use another coat, but I've done that in the past, and now that all that work that I just did goes away. So if you guys say it's good, I'm good.
Yeah. What you
Okay.
get? You get a
Great.
gloss coat or a flat coat down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta do the green.
Oh, nice.
And for that, now the other question I have for the hive mind, the demarcation between the olive green and the gray, was that a soft edge or a hard edge?
Let me
Airframe
I have a
specific.
reference book right here, really quick.
Go look at the Memphis
Berlin
Pro in
book.
Dayton.
Yeah, this would be 324th BS 91st Bond Group, June of 43 in Bassingbourn.
So you're thinking tape versus what?
Soft
Freehand?
edge. It's not a hard edge.
So it's soft. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
How
that
do you
means I
do
get to. I get to use it finally.
The putty? Yes.
Yep.
I've had this stuff for like a year,
I love the putty.
and I now finally get a chance to use it. And yes, I've already taken it out and played with it, and that's how it ends up when you put it back in the can.
Wow.
This is like adult slime.
It's pretty cool.
As a whole.
It's
Clock
fun.
Tower Place. Over by River City.
Yeah.
So I could have been parking there.
Tell Dan
Problem is you have to do it right before you paint because it moves. Yeah. So I can't put it on there now and then paint like tomorrow. Because by then it will have moved.
Wait a minute.
That's kind of a hard edge on the restored one. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do a hard edge. I've got.
Well, I mean, let me put the link in the chat and you can decide for yourself. It's your model.
I've seen it both ways. I know the
You gotta
version
use
book
hard
I got,
edge.
it's like
Well,
it's
the
not
hard
really
edge,
hard.
I'll use this and a lot of the paper tape.
It's a
There you
tight, soft one.
Link's in the chat here.
Which one? The one at the very bottom?
Yep, the night. The
National
newest.
Museum. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. Got it. Yes. Oh wow. Go away.
Where do you see that?
Fact sheets. Memphis Bell, Memphis Bell Crew, Memphis Bell and Nose Art. That's what I want right there. Oh, that's a soft edge. Oh yeah. So if you look at the picture, the Memphis Bell and Nose Art, he's pointing to the Chinese stars. You look where his hand is at. That's the demarcation line. That's a soft edge.
Yeah, I got on the lock on number 24 I'm looking at for the B17G. It's got the Memphis Bell artwork and it's got a soft edge right right above the chin turret.
Yep.
It goes back along the fuselage.
Okay.
The chin turret's in the neutral gray.
I mean, it's really close to a hard edge, but it's
Yeah,
not.
it's a tight soft edge. It's not like a lot of overspray.
Right.
Yeah.
So from a distance, it looks like a hard edge, but
Oh, that reminds me. When I got the ME262 home, guess what decals it has?
Memphis
What?
Bell,
It has the Chinese stars.
the Chinese stars.
Well, I don't want to get anybody in trouble by saying what they are, but
Oh.
yeah, I was excited. I mean, I can't believe I was that excited about it, but you know, I was excited about it.
Some Indian religious symbol, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Hindu the symbol,
Yeah.
the Hindu symbol for
I
peace.
guess. Yeah.
That crazy sawtooth looking thing.
Yeah. Because I was actually looking
That was in
around.
a Tamiya kit.
Yeah,
Wow. Must
I
be an
know.
old kit. Must be
I'd
an old
show you,
link.
but we'd be banned.
Oh,
Well,
it's
wait
getting
till
old.
the
Does this have
after
two
show.
faces, Jim? It probably can.
No, it doesn't.
I like what Edward does, and they just split them in half.
Yeah. And these
Yeah,
are
Tamiya-
not split in half.
Tammy usually puts them. It's like the European companies that have such a problem with it, like the Bell or Airfix.
I mean, it's history, right? It's history, guys. I get it, but
That's Tamiya's country of origin's ally, so you know what I'm saying? That they're okay.
well, that's kind of true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
What are you doing? 9 o'clock?
We're on the air still. I'm going to withhold my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bail on that note because I feel myself turning into a pumpkin right now.
All right,
Take care.
Hey, we'll see you guys in July, I guess.
See you in July.
Yeah.
Remember, group builds due at the end of June. So if you're doing anything
Yep.
legendary, make sure you post their pictures.
My
The
P39.
Constitution will not be done by then.
My P39 is my legendary entry.
You're looking at my legendary entry.
And I may have my P39 done for the.
Okay, cool, man.
It's getting close. I got primer on it, so
Nice,
I'm
nice.
getting down to the wire. All right, have a great week, you guys.
You too.
See you
Bye,
later, Karen.
kid.
Be safe, buddy.
Bye.
Let's see, George says he's been working his way through different podcasts. What is each person's favorite and which is more about aircraft? Does anybody here listen to podcasts?
Not modeling ones.
Not modeling ones, alright.
What's the one you turned me on to, Matt?
My favorite's the Model Geeks,
Now, Model Geeks, they're the
It's
Navy
all-
guys.
and they're primarily aircraft guys too.
Yes.
What's the one that uses the model lubrication?
That's the Dojo.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah,
They have
Well,
lubricated.
one of the things is they have modeling lubrication. It's what they're drinking.
yeah.
Oh,
Modeling
Yeah.
fluid.
Podcast. One guy usually has bourbon, one guy has beer, but it's not always.
okay. It's tackling fuel.
It gets the creative fuel going.
Yes.
Yes, that's tackling fuel.
I listened. Let's see.
On the Bench is my other favorite.
Yeah. With
They're
Dave
the
Goldfinch.
oldest.
I actually met Dave Goldfinch. Super nice guy. And he's out of Australia too.
Yeah. On the Bench is Australia, and that and the Model Geeks I listen to a lot. I'll listen to the Dojo as well. There's one called Insanity, so if you're into armor and a lot of F-bombs, they're right up your alley.
And then let's see. And the Posse, the Plastic Posse.
Yes.
They're another good one too.
Isn't that Will Patterson's
Canadian
group?
one.
Will Patterson's one's done.
Okay.
They don't.
Which,
They don't.
you know,
They're the Sprue Cutters Union.
can't
There's
say
a
I'm
Canadian one
disappointed about
called
that.
Scale Model Podcast, which is pretty good. They're real mellow.
Yeah, I
two of the
couldn't
guys
listen to them because I always listened to it when I was driving to work.
Yeah,
And yeah, that wasn't cutting it. So
because they're mellow.
yeah. It all depends on how my day's going. I always listen
It'll put you
to.
to sleep.
I listen to Dojo and On the Bench in the morning, going to work, and then in the afternoon, if I had a good day, I'm listening to either the Geeks or the Posse. If I had a really crummy day, I'm listening to Insanity. So that's how I base what I listen to.
It's almost listening to the Jerky Boys when you listen to Insanity.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think they're
Okay,
hilarious.
I have to check that one out. I would listen to that.
Yeah.
Wait, there it is.
Yeah, the big guy on Model Insanity is Rob Riviera or Rivero. Like, he has stuff that's been like published in like Armor magazines and stuff like that, and he's like phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually thought about doing a podcast, but I don't think I'd have enough subject matter.
No, just your life stories over the years, man.
Oh, good lord. Nobody wants to hear those.
Those model podcasts, they all kind of, in my opinion, follow the same rough format. They talk about what's on your bench, you know, what's new in the, you know, like what new kits are coming out, different scales, you know. And
You know what? I don't really follow a lot of that, though. You know what I mean? To me, I don't really. I don't want to say I don't care because, you know, like when Tamiya came out with the P38 and the F4, I was like super excited. But it's, you know, it's not like, you know, now Gavin would be really good at that because, you know, scale mates and he you know, he's our human scale mater. But for me, I would want to do more of a technique kind of thing.
well, they typically do. They'll have like a main topic, but they'll have all these things. What's on your bench? The, you know, new emails from listeners. What's new, and then they'll have like either a guest that does something cool, like the decal company, or they make resin parts, or you know whatever, or they'll talk about techniques like how you do, you know, how you apply your washes or your weathering, or you know, or just things like that.
Right.
We're so close.
I have listened to it.
Why are you drinking out of the thing you're making?
Huh?
No,
It looks like you're drinking out of it.
it doesn't
I'm not
look like you're
drinking.
drinking out of it.
I'm not drinking out of it. I'm trying to blow on the glue so it dries quicker so I can keep moving.
Oh, God.
Because it's hot glue.
Don't you love when instructions tell you to build something and then don't tell you where it goes?
Yeah.
That's our favorite.
Welcome to modeling.
Dragon.
Buy a
Here.
dragon.
Put this here.
Parts go.
Where's
Say what?
here?
Buy a dragon kit if you like guessing where parts go.
That's what I'm looking
What
at.
what is
You're gonna make some
put
stuff.
put X7 into slot F4. I don't have a part X.
No, it says build this subassembly, build 2 of them, and then nothing else happens.
It doesn't tell you where they go.
No.
Yeah, are you
Thanks for building the subassembly. Now throw it in the trash.
Maybe it's on a different page, Gavin.
Might be. But...
Look at the pictures.
Wow, I never would have thought.
Stop it. Stop it, or I'll tell your grandfather on you.
Well, you'll have to wake him up, and I wouldn't do that.
I'm not. No. You do not wake up an old man from a nap. That is bad.
On the other hand, if we're telling him that his kid's anti-A10,
He already knows it. Oh, he knows. He was there. And you should have seen the look. It was one of those, I'm so disappointed in you. You're out of the will. I doubt, Gavin, if you're out of the will. Sorry, buddy.
too much.
I'm trying to figure out where this damn part goes.
And we're probably not really helping.
That's fine.
No, that's fine.
Man,
I don't even know what it is.
Child just fall down the stairs.
Right in the Matt cave.
Hi, what's up?
Hello.
And
Whoa.
I wanted to see
Woman in the room.
Matt's
Everybody be nice.
sing Happy Birthday to Erin. And record it and send it to her.
Sure. How do you do that?
I don't know.
hey, Chair.
Hi, everybody.
Hold on.
howdy.
Hey, would you guys be willing to sing Happy Birthday to our niece and so I can send her a video of it?
Oh, absolutely.
Why would you want to torture your niece in such a manner?
I gotta figure out how to do this.
You're getting her all the therapists for Are you guys ready?
Hold on. Let me. I gotta figure out how we're gonna record this.
Hold on.
Why did Aunt Tiffany send me this? Now I have to go to therapy. She doesn't love me anymore.
I'm gonna see if I can join. Why does the link not work?
Should.
That's annoying.
Bob
It's
couldn't
Matt's
find
fault.
it last week too.
I found the post, but the link isn't live.
Go
It's just
to your calendar.
useless.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Wow.
More professional welder. You think Rob Riv is doing that? Because he ain't.
He ain't. But Julian is.
That's right.
Yeah, where's my magazine? Where's my...
You should start your own scene.
Man, I want to, but I just never get around to recording anything I do or anything like that.
I should actually do that.
Hey, take care, Jack. Couldn't keep up with the conversation.
Hi, Tiffany. Hi,
How are we gonna fix it?
everybody.
What's up, nerdling?
Hold on.
Where's the microphone?
Look at all the aircraft.
About ready to fall on somebody's head.
It might cause
Better
too
not.
much feedback.
Well, it's got a reverb through in one ear out.
Oh,
All right, so we're off. So
What if Matt's basement, like whenever he's not in there, turns into like Night of the Museum and all these?
oh, that would be so. He doesn't have any SR-71s hanging up out there, does he?
I had two.
I think you do.
You do?
I think he does.
I'm in, man.
Right above him.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
Come on, man. He's got everything.
There
He's
you
got
go.
everything.
That's it.
Got one there.
You see it?
I had two of
And the
them.
problem is, here's the problem, is that he's also got the USS Enterprise up there, which would just smoke everybody in the room. So,
Well,
multiple phase targeting, phasers, photon torpedoes, those planes toast.
Quantum torpedo.
It's got some Star Trek. It's got Star
Do you
Wars
ever see the
in there,
movie
too, so that might
Battleship?
be
That
even-
disproves technology.
oh, jeez.
Really?
All you need is about 20 minutes of montage and some AC/DC, and you can get that battleship up and running too.
Yep. That was
Couple little guys on the deck.
that was such a huge assault on my
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, come on, that movie was fun.
disbelief. That. Hey, I got a quick question for you guys. All right, they're tearing down buildings 1 and 2 over there at the airport, right, McDonald?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the question is, the question is, how but how can I get some steel from that for use of the bench? I made a comment on that on Facebook. The bigger question is, how can we get some steel to use? You know, they're always using plate to hold things or pound on things, and I would think it'd be pretty cool to have a hunk of steel you can use at the bench that came out of the plant that actually, you know, built F4s and A7. You know,
it shouldn't be hard unless someone's got a contract on the scrap.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to I guess I could just drive by there and try to contact them. I don't know.
I would drive by there and say, hey, I used to work here. Can I have some of it? And they're like, sure.
Because if they pardon?
Be ready to go at 3 a.m. I'll come by your house.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Grant,
Hey,
if you need me to go down there, I got masks on masks.
when Dad was still alive, that's what we used to do to get railroad ties and cross bikes. Was just go over to his depot and grab stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
The problem is I don't have cutting torches or anything to cut down. You know, if they say, yeah, get what you want, and it's like all 400, 500 pounds of, you know, 15-foot I-beams and things. You know, got to cut it up or find somebody that can cut it up.
Take your Dremel.
Are they building something there to replace it?
Yeah, they're doing a big expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, $1 billion to support this. Yeah,
F-47.
probably, yeah. But yeah, in the meantime, they've got all of this material over there that's been there for 70, almost 100 years.
Yeah.
And seen so many McDonnell aircraft go, and the Gemini and Mercury, you know?
Yep.
And I just love, because I use steel over here for plates and things, you know? But it's not 100-pound pieces of metal. So the question is, how would we get that?
3 a.m.
Let's go by there and ask.
You serious, Chris?
No, I'm not doing that.
Would
All of a sudden, Grant shows up at Chris's house at 3 a.m. Dude, we were ready to go.
Would you guys know anybody? So, you know, you drive down the road, you see these guys with the welding tools and stuff on the back of their trucks. Would you know anybody that has stuff like that could, you know, crank off a couple pieces and load them up in a car and then...
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Do you think Rich would have something like that?
Probably.
If you get on the Facebook on mine, you'll see a guy named Rich Volmer.
I think
He used to build he builds droids.
He does. He's a machinist, or he was a machinist.
Yeah, he lives in his shop now. He got rid of his house and moved into his shop.
He moved upstairs now. Yeah, he's living in a shop upstairs. Welding? I think he's got a MIG and Oxy setup.
Well, it's not so much the welding as much as anybody that welds has got the cutting tools, the cutting torches, you know?
Well, that's what the Oxy's for. You can
Right,
cut
exactly.
right through almost anything
So-
with that.
Okay.
It's not so much the...
That plasma torch.
Say what, man?
All right. Hey, we're ready.
Okay.
All right, Tiff, you're on.
She seriously wants us to sing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aaron. Happy birthday to you.
She's turning 10 today.
Purple Midge.
You guys are the best. Happy birthday, Aaron.
Sorry about the therapy, Aaron.
I didn't know whose name was, so I just said fill in name here.
Put name here. Say your name.
Happy birthday to you with the face.
Who is this? Who is this?
This is my niece and goddaughter, Erin.
Oh, happy birthday, Aaron.
And how old is she?
She is 10 today.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great age.
Hello.
I miss being 10.
Okay, Grant. So here's the real question:
Okay.
Like me.
How you gonna ship 100-pound slab down to me?
Well, it's not so much a 100-pound.
Local pickup only.
It
Yeah.
depends upon-
Horse
it depends
pickup.
upon what- it depends upon what can be gotten. You know, I mean, a steel I-beam, cut that down, you got yourself kind
Maybe
of
you
thing,
might
but-
be able to get some rebar. My guess is that you're probably looking at maybe just some rebar. Honestly.
There's no way you're gonna have anyone that's gonna be able to take them plates.
No.
Well, it depends upon
It's too much.
quarter inch. If it's quarter inch, I mean that can be cut down. That's the whole question. And you're right. You know, maybe what I need to do is find out who's got the salvage rights on that, and say, hey, here's the thing. This is a historic place. if we can salvage some steel, that can be sold locally. That can be sold.
Well, and they know that, and they would be watching that. So
well, and that's the point. Find that point of contact and say, hey, as modelers, we'll use like maybe a foot by a foot piece of, 1/4-inch steel is a really great plate to put 3D printers on because it doesn't flex. I use a 18-inch by 18-inch piece of 1/4-inch steel on my laser cutter because it prevents the flex. And the thing is about an I-beam is that can be used as an anvil, a small bench anvil.
Yeah.
Hammer a piece of plastic or something into.
That is what a cut off piece of cross tie is. Not cross tie, a cut off piece of rail.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Except this is an I-beam that came out of McDonnell Douglas's Building 1.
Yeah.
The stories.
George says take a trolley.
Pardon?
George says take a trolley.
I think that's a bus.
I can make some friends if I.
Is that an Australian bus?
Do.
I think.
Yeah, that's a bus. Now I can make some real friends over there if I put some shrimp on the Barbie. So yeah, I'm just kind of. I got to get over there probably tomorrow and just take a look and see what the hell's going on. But it would be interesting to kind of pause, and I don't mean literally paw through, but kind of visually look at what kind of scrap they're getting. Because who knows? I turn stuff into tools and work surface all the damn time.
Grant, I would suggest to find out who's doing the construction. It's probably going to be like Budrovich, one of those people like that, and
Averici.
then Averici. Yeah, it's going to be probably one of the Italians, and get it from them.
Rinaldi and Klein.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
Make them an offer they can't refuse.
Well, it's
do me a favor.
So the question is, when I wind up talking to someone, I want to be prepared for whatever kind of answer I get. If it's a case of get what you want. Well, I want to be able to call somebody with a cutting torch to get over there, like $100, whatever their hourly rate is, and snag some of that stuff. Because if I
the cutting torch thing, I can't help you with. I don't have.
If I hit
I would kill myself with that. So no.
What do you mean kill yourself? No.
Oh no, I tried welding in high school and I suck out loud.
Well, yeah, I don't want to weld anything. I want to cut it.
George says, hey, bring food too.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
That always helps.
Food for metal.
Donuts.
It's Mario.
Coffee.
At the end of the day, a 12-pack goes over really good too, or a case goes over
Bring
really
them a couple New York slices.
Oh, bring them a cannoli. Hey, I got some cannolis in the car. You guys want to take a break?
I'm pretty sure if I had salvaged some stuff out of those plants, guaranteed, put them on my bench last Sunday. There's enough people over there from McDonald at Boeing that would. Oh, you got some of that stuff, huh? Yeah.
Did they save the sign?
No.
I don't know. It's a good. Oh,
The big sign, the McDonnell Douglas sign.
They
I don't think
took it
so.
down when they replaced it with the Boeing one.
Yep.
Oh. Well, what did they do with it when did they put it in
I
storage?
think
Or?
I think they destroyed it.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
I think they got rid of it, which is kind of a shame. But
Yeah, that would have been a nice thing to have in a museum.
welcome to progress.
Wow.
You know who would have gotten it? Would have been that guy that who's that guy that buys and sells the army vehicles?
The guy
Oh,
watching.
Joe Thatcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been a nice sign to have over your place when you're doing military stuff. Just look for the McDonnell Douglas sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Is take a drive over there and see what's going on.
All right, everybody, watch the news. Grant's gonna go over there and go. Local man arrested for stealing from Boeing.
Okay. Are you recording still? Are you?
Yes, we're still on.
We're kidding. We're kidding. They're gonna give you stuff.
You're recording, Matt?
Yeah, we're still on.
Kidding.
Okay, when you're done recording, ask me about the event 10 years ago at a buyback event.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I will tell you a good story there.
Gotcha.
Oh boy. Oh
So, yeah.
boy.
I'm not going to do anything that's going to get my ass arrested or on the damn news.
Your butt arrested. Butt
Asking
arrested.
questions, you know, and you're right. They may say, yeah, you know, there's a big pile over there. Go grab something. That'd be cool.
Never know.
It depends on if they're going to get
Back
money.
in the
for the
day,
scrap.
yes, they would have said that. Nowadays, it'd be like, well, if he trips and breaks his ankle, there's a lawsuit. Blah blah blah.
That's true. So I wouldn't get permission. I would get that kind of permission, Chris, that we all know about, which is we can't tell you can, and then they turn around and walk away right next to the file.
Yeah.
Everything you need to know is in this file. Excuse me while I go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Dude, that sounded so much like Spaceballs, it wasn't even funny.
Everything I can't show you is in this file. Meanwhile,
here, let me put this file down that you've been looking for forever on this table. Oh, look, I have to go pee.
Okay.
No, sir, I did not see you playing with your dolls again.
You're going to knock this time.
I'm kind of crazy like that. I'd get, I'd be getting like a light fixture or something.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, yeah, it's... And then if you thought I was giving away good stuff over the weekend, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the diamond file. That thing works great.
It does. I've already used it. Yeah.
Yeah, I treat my brothers in the hive really well.
Buzz.
Yeah,
I have one question about. Actually, I have a question about that. How do you clean it?
Just a toothbrush and water, soap and water.
Works down.
Yep. Just gonna get it out of the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to get that one book off of you.
Which book was that?
I think it's the one about shading.
Oh, the weathering one.
Yeah, about shading your model.
The pre-shading and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the 5-scale modeler that I printed out. Bummer. Yeah, you know how 5-scale modelers does they print they have those special editions. They supply the PDF.
Yeah. Here's how to build a diorama.
Oh yeah. Did you guys? Man, I tell you what. You know, Philip.
I found out who's doing the demolition. It's Paric Corporation, P-A-R-I-C.
Yeah.
It's the demolition. Who's doing the construction?
I couldn't tell you. I just found out that's who's doing the demo.
There you go.
I think Paric builds our stores, and they're about to build 2 new ones. We're building.
Yep.
What you laughing at, Chris? I'm gonna do some name dropping over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Hokeman.
Hey,
You
I heard that.
Go to this school.
That's a good one.
But I think Paric builds the Deerberg stores.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah. They also built a lot of the Planet Fitnesses around.
They're based.
Didn't they also do some Schnook stores too?
Yeah, they probably did.
They probably did. They're
We're gonna
big.
talk about them.
Yeah, they do.
We can't
That's not
talk
for Deerbergs. We're gonna talk about that other one.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not. Nobody
Schnook.
shops Snooks.
You got no Deerbergs around here.
Well, you know, I shop at that other S word called Shop and Save. I'm retired.
I'm an Aldi's guy. I gotta shop there. I'm poor.
Yeah.
I was born a poor black man.
I was born poor and worked my way down from there. E.G.
Yeah.
E.G. E.G. That's what is that? E.G. is
Eglin.
Eglin. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Win Dixies.
Ain't got none of them either.
Publix.
Oh, I was just gonna say Publix. That's
Publix,
Wiggly
man.
Wiggly.
Way too far north.
Wiggly. There you go.
Kmart.
The Winn-Dixie.
When I was
They
stationed
still
at
have them
Fort
down south.
yeah, when I was in Fort Benning, Georgia, I had both Winn-Dixie and Piggly Wiggly in the same town.
Yeah, they had a Didn't they have a Winn-Dixie in Washington a long time ago? Right there
No, they had
across from the
Piggly Wiggly.
tattoo shop. That was it.
And they had Drogies.
Yep, I remember the Drogies. Well, the Drogies is still there, but it's a restaurant now.
And
Closed.
instead of White Castle, they had Crystals.
Oh, don't eat there.
What?
They cook them in ketchup.
So
Hey,
Crystals is like the same thing as a White Castle, like those tiny little burgers.
No, it.
Yeah,
I was in New Jersey and I stopped and I'm like, oh, that's Crystals. It's the same thing. No. In White Castles, they cook them on a bed of onions. There, they cook it on a bed of onions and ketchup.
Oh man, really?
It's
Hey.
disgusting.
The same
we
tiny
had a
little
Crystal Burger in our town, brother.
Holy cow!
It's gross.
Early Louisiana, just outside of Baton Rouge.
Ugh.
I hate ketchup too. Oh,
Something that's interesting. So when you think of Walmart, you think of blue. You know, Walmart's blue,
Yeah.
right? In Florida, the Walmarts are green.
Green with yellow.
Green with yellow. Well, it's actually kind of like a green and brown. Yeah.
So why do they do that? What's the deal?
I wonder if they still have Kmart's there.
Oh, I know what the deal is, Gavin.
Kmart's still blue, or they were.
Yankees, man.
Kmart's are white.
Is Kmart still around?
There's
Which
one
one is
Kmart in
St.
the
Louis?
country. The rest are in territories.
I used to work at Kmart.
Gavin. Would,
Yes,
would,
sir.
would not doing blue have something to do with the Union Army?
I don't think so.
I mean, they've been known to hold a grudge. You know what I mean?
Well, you know,
Well,
it's Tomboy. I mean,
Walmart's
my
decision.
uncle actually worked at Tomboy, so
Yeah, but why did Walmart want to, kind of change their brand color, kind of thing?
Something unique, something regional.
Huh? Oh, I hope this works. It's kind of like the difference between what is it? Rally? No, it's not rallies. It's the checkerboard.
Checkers.
oh, zips.
No, there's two of them. I guess.
Checkers.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that.
Checkers.
Rally.
Yeah, and then,
Rallies and
And
checkers.
rallies and zips, they were kind of all the same.
yeah.
But zips had the better french fries.
I think we're getting a new rebranding, like a new corporate image that everybody's gonna have the same. So no more green Walmarts.
No more blue WalMarts.
Well, and Target went woke, so God knows they're probably not.
And then they went back on the woke.
Oh, did they go
Went
back?
on the
Okay.
woke.
Okay.
And
They
then
got a swap to red because of the mustache man.
A little bit. They didn't go back to where they started, but they went.
no, but now they've angered
I
on
mean,
the
you know, if you backtrack a little bit, we'll take it.
Ooh,
Not gonna lie.
I don't know, man.
I've shopped at Target.
And
To me, it's a little overpriced, but
they used
whatever.
to have the dog and everything. It used to look so fun
Yeah.
as a kid.
That's
Oh,
kind of
the
like being
little,
stuck in a
the
Russian.
red-eyed, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
that's
what
kind
you're
of like
talking
being stuck in a Russian gulag. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit, take you out of solitary, and put you in general pop.
about. I'm going to take you to Target store now.
That's right.
You will buy American products and enjoy them.
I don't really get into that whole thing. If I got what I want, I go.
I'm a Walmart guy the whole way.
But you
I have no problem with Walmart. There's lots of things I buy there.
Yeah,
But you work
all the
at
time.
Deerbergs, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've probably had HR presentations on stuff like this, though, haven't you?
So, you know, off the record, I mean, just kidding, we're on the line. No, there's,
No.
everybody at corporate's non-union. Everybody in the store is union. So,
Yeah.
if you're union, which is the most employees at Deerbergs, then you don't shop at like Walmart and stuff.
Yeah, because Walmart is not union, and they never will be.
Well,
I'm not union. I've never been in a union, so
Here's Walmart's stance on the U word. One department has created a union and they've shut down the whole store
Yep.
and closed it and turned it down. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Well, what I was getting at, Chris, was it was even 2008. We were forced to go through these HR presentations on things like sexual harassment. I mean, they were embarrassing.
Hey, look,
They're a
And
1,000 times worse nowadays.
I was gonna say, and after I left, then they started getting into this whole pronoun thing. I'm like,
Yep.
okay,
The views
so
and opinions of the people on this show does not reflect the views and opinions.
Yeah, we're still online. Don't forget.
Yeah, we are. So
I was well, oh, yeah,
Tread lightly.
Yes.
do it.
Tread lightly.
I was wondering
I
if you
think
were.
most corporate America has the same general training like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Matt,
yeah.
can you see
Okay.
if Emily's listening?
We can't.
So
if she was, she's
George
not
is going to
now.
go watch Karate Kid Legends this weekend.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
back to movies. I went and saw the new Mission Impossible movie. Highly recommended.
Same. It was awesome.
I'll go
Okay.
this weekend.
It has to be the last one because there's no way they're gonna top that.
All right. I love those movies. I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Oh, I
Unless
thought
you
you
have
were
a
going to say it
heart
has to be the
condition,
last
then
one because
don't.
he dies.
No,
No.
no.
Well, nowadays, I mean, if I don't see the movie in the first 4 weeks, there's chances I can get it on Apple TV or something. And they go to TV so fast.
Yeah.
This one's worth spending the money in the
See
theater.
it, see it on the big screen.
Yeah, I thought that those movies were kind of a big screen event thing.
I like them all.
Well, I'm sure you guys had their big plans to go see this other movie, but I can let you know now that don't waste your money with Lilo and Stitch.
I enjoyed it.
You
Did you
did?
really?
Yes.
No.
I couldn't care less that they ignored a bunch of crap from the show.
No. What it was, it's not very.
They didn't ignore some of the crap. They ignored all of it.
all of it.
It was still an enjoyable movie, regardless of your feelings on the accuracy from cartoon to live action.
I don't even know if it was about the cartoon because, again, this is just what I've heard. But at the end, the never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Not going to do it.
That's
Nope,
exactly
nope,
what
nope,
happens.
Yep.
Did anybody see Thunderbolts?
I did. It was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I'll watch
What's
anything
the-
with David Harbour in it. So
I want to see the new F1 movie. That's what I want to see.
That one's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that trailer with with Mission Impossible, and that was freaking cool.
Oh, the F1 trailer?
Yeah, seeing that on
Yeah.
the big screen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would
yeah, that'd
be
be a good one to
just,
see in theater as well.
just the sound of it would be, yeah. Yeah,
Your
100%.
home stereo system wouldn't do it any justice
No.
Nope.
Maybe
Yeah,
yours.
that would be awesome.
unless you had a surround sound dealie.
I don't, but I do watch F1, so I do tend to turn it up because I love that sound.
And let's see, yeah,
No,
George,
no.
Ballerina with Tom Cruise's girlfriend in it is also out.
That comes out.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
the next,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's supposed to be like a John Wick-ish.
Yeah, it's in the
Movie.
same
From the
universe.
world, yeah.
No, it's the
Yeah.
Tom
John
Cruise
Wick's
is in a
in the
cult.
movie.
He's not a major character in the movie.
No, but it's in the same world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. Speaking of John Wick, I guess there's a new John Wick universe movie out. It's got some.
That's the ballerina. That's what
That's
we
what
were
we're
just talking
talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah.
don't know how I missed that.
That's all
Okay,
right.
so let's transition to video games. Did anybody ever play Witcher 3? Because Witcher 4 was showcased yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
It looks amazing.
It does.
I played the new Ghost Bear Battletech movie or game. Yay!
Did it come out?
It did. It's out
It's
on
not
Steam
class,
right
no
now.
fair.
Ooh, well, you initially start out with, you got to get the Smoke Jaguar side of it first, and then you can download the DLC for the Ghost Bears.
What about the
That's
Yarn
cool.
Hub game? You guys gonna play the Yarn Hub game?
The
I
what?
would. I bet you that'd be okay.
I don't know what it
Development
is.
right now. You know, like Yarn Hub, the YouTube channel who does all those animations and whatnot, they're making a video game.
I mean, their animation is actually really good for what they're doing.
Yeah, they just got done. I think it said they raised like 2.1 million for the game or something.
I heard they got into a little bit of trouble for that, though, didn't they? Somebody
With
was
their
saying,
fans, their fans.
yeah, somebody was saying that they kind of fooled their fans, or something happened, and they didn't get something right, and yeah, but
They made a video explaining all of it.
yeah, I watched that, and honestly, the videos that he puts out are really good.
I think the game will be solid. It's going to struggle for people. The people who are playing it.
Well, when you got games like World of Planes, World of Ships, that's going to be tough to compete with. You know what I mean? I mean, that's going to be super tough to compete with games like that.
What I really hope they do is that they make like historical missions.
Yeah.
I think
like,
that'll.
You too can play in the Pearl Harbor mission. Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah.
What game is this?
I don't remember the name of it, but it's
a Yarn Hub game. It's like.
Yeah. If you go on YouTube, look up Yarn Hub, just like it sounds. And the guy does 3D animations of historical battles.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. His narration is spot on. I mean, it's really, really good. And for a long time, he was running out of money. And his fans gave him money to keep the channel going. And I think he got so much that he could then, they were talking about doing a video game, and that's what we're talking about.
Well, no, they're so successful now as a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That
hey,
they want to
People with Dirt has their own video game now.
Yeah. But it looks really good.
I just put a link in the chat of his
link to it
website.
on Steam. Oh.
George says Witcher 4 does look amazing, but probably won't play it over console games. And Stranger Things season comes out on November 29th. My son will be excited about that.
Looking forward to them finally wrapping that up.
I was never a fan of the Stranger Things.
Which is weird, because it's got the guy that you like in it.
I know.
You didn't like Stranger Things?
Mm-mm.
It brought me back to my my teenage days in the 80s with the malls and all that stuff.
I think they dragged that show on too long.
The first 2 episodes were just really slow, and then the kids all talked me into staying to the 3rd episode, and that's when everything started cranking up in season 1.
Maybe that was it. Maybe I just didn't watch it long enough. But
You can buy
Yeah, because once it's done 3.
Yeah, Marvell has a Stranger Things license.
Yeah, they have a van for the pizza.
yeah, I saw the van. They did that one on Flying Scale Modeler.
It
Yeah,
totally
they've got a
reminds me.
van. They've got a 3rd gen Camaro. What else? Have a Blazer, a K5 Blazer.
I mean, I saw the part where
That's a Chevy, that's the sheriff's vehicle.
Yeah.
Hopper's my
Yeah,
favorite.
Hopper's vehicle.
George has a question for Julian or Gavin or anybody else. It says, what's the American Civil War first-person game? It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh!
Uh-oh.
I actually, this game is in my Steam library.
I'd play that.
Searching.
I play a lot of golf in Steam.
It's called War of Rights.
You play a lot of what, Jim?
Golf.
Golf? I
Yeah,
play on
WGT is the
I
golf
played on
game.
PlayStation. I had a PC for years and years and years. I got rid of it.
It's fun, George, but I think if I can't remember correctly, it's kind of hard to find a game as of late. There's not too many people playing it.
Kind of niche.
I would say, yeah. I mean, unless if you're really into the Civil War, it'd probably be really cool. But you know,
They need to make a Vietnam first-person shooter. I mean, Call of
I've
Duty
been
has
saying
done
that for years.
Well, no, they have
Yeah,
Rising Storm
actually-
2 Vietnam, but
Yeah.
it's dead.
I would like to
love
see.
that game.
I would like to see a Civil War Assassin's Creed.
ooh, that'd be
Where-
okay.
He's got he's got a tomahawk in one hand. Yeah. that
Assassin's Creed: The Patriot games. Yeah.
Wait,
There was a
Rising Storm 2
Revolutionary
Vietnam
War.
was actually updated April 22nd.
Which was?
So it actually might be playable again. Rising
Well,
Storm
here's the
2
thing.
Vietnam.
The reason they don't do games in the Vietnam genre is it's a bit of a touchy subject.
Battlefield had a Vietnam game.
You know, it also depends on how realistic you want to get, and then there's a lot of Vietnam vets that are still around, and if they don't like it, yeah, you're gonna hear about it. I'm just saying, I would love to see it too.
Oh, I want to see a Korean war game because there's like none.
I thought that Medal of Honor already did that.
Yeah, but that game's like 10 gazillion years old if it is. So
Well, they just need to update
I'm
it.
talking like a multiplayer, like an Arma style
Yeah.
game about Korea. But there's this server on Arma Reforger I play on where it's a Vietnam server. It's really good.
There you go. Could be in a MASH unit.
Yep.
Oh, which reminds me, did you guys hear?
Nope. Oh, Loretta split. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sad.
That was a kick in the areas.
I think that leaves Alan Alda and Jamie Farr, right?
And
BJ?
Gary Berghoff. Oh, Raider's still
You
alive.
passed away a couple of years ago.
No, Raider's still alive.
Well, okay. So there's 3.
Yeah. And then who was the one that played Trapper? No, not Trapper.
BJ Honeycutt.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Mike
Yeah.
Farrell?
Mike Farrell, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Why do I remember stuff like that off the top of my head?
Hey,
Remember anything I'm looking for? Jeez.
I know.
When
I'm
you
the
said
same way.
BJ, I thought of BJ and the Bear, the TV series.
Oh, I love that show.
Awesome.
Love
And a
that
great
show. Oh, it was.
It was great.
Okay,
That's
for the
not
younger
right.
ones, BJ was a truck driver, and the bear was his monkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to touch his monkey?
It's a Huffman.
No,
Oh, I'm thinking of Grizzly Adams.
Yes.
I love that show
The
too.
Adams was great.
Yeah. Awesome beard, man.
Yeah. If
We're working on it.
George says there was a Battlefield series Vietnam game, he thinks.
Yeah, Bad
yeah,
Company.
but it's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I played the crap out of it. It was right after Battlefield 2042 or 1942.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think you're going to find one that's new that's any good.
Well,
If there's even one at all. So,
You can
yeah.
fly the F4 in Battlefield Vietnam.
Well, this game Rising Storm 2, I mean, I don't know. I'm actually reinstalling it right now. I'm going to test it out tonight to see, because last time I tried playing, servers were dead and there was a bunch of cheaters. But according April 22nd, it got an anti-cheat and a bunch of different things. So, like, your PC can't get ratted and
Nice.
stolen. So the game might be playable again.
So many games like that on Steam for PC that are like
Yep.
beta. They never leave beta, and they just end up like full of cheaters. Like I remember people playing Rust, and it was just such a cheat fest everywhere.
Well, Rising Storm 2, it's like, this was made by the guys who made Red Orchestra, and that was a huge game.
Yeah.
But I think they ran out of funding for this game, and that's why they had to drop it.
The whole gaming industry is a total mess right now because everybody wants to be Fortnite. They want to make
Yep.
transaction games where you buy loot.
Everything's
And,
freemium.
Hey,
yeah, skins and everything else.
Play, we
Here,
gotta
you
pay
can play for
more.
free until.
I mean, I've been playing World of Warships for freaking 10 years probably. That's just,
But you don't play War Thunder?
Dungeons and Dragons Online.
I played
That's
War
been
Thunder.
around forever.
Yeah,
Still free too, isn't it?
yeah. And they've been expanding a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
War Thunder?
No, Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Oh, is
Of
it
course,
free?
now with Baldur's Gate and
Oh, Baldur's
Well-
Gate is so good.
yeah,
It is.
And then what's the one with the mind players? That's still Baldur's Gate.
I
Baldur's
like
Gate
playing with
3.
a controller better than I put with a keyboard. It just, you can move better.
It is personal opinion on that.
I'm
Because
just
I've
saying,
been
you
a
know-
PC gamer, and as long as I switch everything to left-handed,
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like with the Baldur's Gate with the mouse and keyboard, you click, on the map for your people to go, where you walk with the stick on a controller.
That's true.
That part makes me like it better with a controller. Now, having the menu down at the bottom with the PC is way better. So.
Well, I'm a console guy, so we play it on the console here. Yeah, we do it on the Xbox X or S or whatever one it is. I don't remember. It's not bad. It's very D&D like, so that's why I like it.
The storyline is what drove that thing.
Right.
What did?
Agreed. And, are we still on?
Yes.
Yes.
And the great storyline also.
George says he used to love the early Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon games.
Me too.
Oh, man.
Hey George, the current Rainbow Six game, let's just say I've got some history of being in the top 100 players.
Rogue Spear, George. Rainbow Six Rogue Spear was my favorite.
I like Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Hey,
StarCraft, Command and Conquer.
Have you ever heard of this game called Warcraft?
Yeah.
Diablo?
Oh, Diablo.
Oh, Diablo. Well,
I love Diablo 3.
I started in Diablo 2. I now have Diablo 4 on the console, which is amazeballs.
It's sick.
I gotta go. You guys take care.
Hey, not a problem,
Right.
Chris. Take care. Be safe.
See you in a couple months or whatever it is.
Yeah. Couple weeks. 3 weeks.
I'm good vacation if that's where you're at.
Couple months.
Yep.
All right.
See ya. Madeline.
I am going to throw 2 sticks on this tonight.
What is it? Oh man. Okay. But yeah, I think
9:30.
if Battlefield 1, but if it was Vietnam, oh man.
That would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know this is like weird to say that I have a favorite war, but the Vietnam War is like my favorite war.
I know it's not that weird, Julian. My favorite war is World War II. I say it all the time. People are like,
The
you got a
Vietnam
favorite
War,
war? I'm
and
like,
then
yeah.
and then Desert Storm, is taking Kuwait back. I just think there's so many lessons and interesting parts of those wars that don't really get shown.
I mean, there's just so much history in World War II. I mean, there's so much historical stuff. I mean, at that point, we had only been flying for what? 40 years, 30 years, not even that long.
Yeah, the first jet fighters came from World War II. Like,
Yeah.
the technology advancement from the 1920s, from the Great Depression onto the 1960s is insane.
100%
I've been watching
agree.
this guy, he has his dog. And so
Oh, he tips the balls in
Yeah,
the basket.
yeah.
I always,
he's gotten almost all of them.
I can't remember.
So what do
I
you
saw
guys
the
think
ones
about
in
the moon
finals today.
landing?
I can't remember. I think he said Florida had
The what?
7.
The moon landing.
Yes,
He does it for every
Hey,
sport too.
That was
He
real.
does it like all the Super Bowls.
I remember when I was a kid, you saw it.
Oh.
You
Hello,
were there?
Hazelnut.
What?
How's your model coming?
Who came on?
One of my students.
Oh.
Hi, student, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey, that looks like the world's badass bong. Oh, did I say that out loud? Screw it, it's legal.
Well, when it's done and I brush, I got to brush everything so it looks unified. This will be a tornado dice tower that actually will have dice debris in the storm.
Oh, that's
I thought
okay.
it was
Oh,
I
that's
thought it was a
cool.
water,
what is a cup. Yeah.
Corey, pick it back up again.
Oh, here.
Speaking of tornadoes,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
dope.
look at that.
That's
Here, I
lit.
thought it was just marshmallows around the rim of a glass or something.
No, once I airbrush it, the first thing I got to do is get the cotton balls on that they're secure. Then I take a small wire pick like a cat's brush
Yeah.
and get all so that all the fibers are mirrored together.
Yep.
Lori Bestie.
And once I do that, then I'll airbrush everything so it's got the grays and the dark blacks.
Oh yeah.
And then that'll make the lightning pop, which is what the LED lights I was stringing on was at the first part of the show.
Nice. George says, Corey, I have no words. That is amazing.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad
I
thing.
can say, I think that's an Australian compliment.
Yes.
George has had at least 18 hours to think about that.
Yeah, he already knew.
I thought he was going to say Diva La Face.
Corey, how's your infection in your mouth? All good there? No problems?
It gets cut out on the tooth gets cut out on the 23rd. So I will for that period of time I probably to the happiness of everybody I won't be talking for a little while.
Sorry.
But we've got the bigger thing that I got to go to the doctor for and follow up on that.
Yeah.
I saw you were in the ER the other day, so I was kind of...
Almost died.
Oh.
What?
I don't want to hear that.
What the
Dude.
hell?
Cut it out.
Hey,
That's
hey Jim,
a little dramatic.
when we were heading to the ER, because I was pretty delirious, my O2 was below 90. And my blood pressure was 180 over 105 when we took it before we left.
So what? They went to.
But on the way there, there was a moment where I started getting really sleepy. Then all of a sudden I got real happy, I started smiling, and I literally thought I was getting ready to go meet Kate.
Oh.
Then we got there, and
Don't do that.
no, I don't want to do that. I've got stuff. I got models to build. I can't do that right now.
Let's say. We'll see you later. Just not yet.
Yeah. So I got to go there because Mercy rolled out the big 4. So it wasn't. They took the chest X-ray to make sure it wasn't a clot, and make sure there was nothing in my lungs. They did the blood screenings, so there was no. I can't think of the enzyme that's in there that says that you had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like tryptophan or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Tryptophan. And then they said that no, you don't have a collapsed lung and you're not showing signs of a stroke. I'm like, okay, did I
What
come in
happened?
here and was I imagining those symptoms?
Yeah.
No, Mr. Phillips, you were not imagining those symptoms. We just don't know what's wrong with you.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm like, well,
That's what you want to hear your doctor saying.
well, it was Mercy ER.
True.
And normally it's a crapshoot. That sometimes they are really great. Most of the time I've gone there, they have been fantastic. Today or that day,
Not so much.
not so much. When my kid is starting to complain about the stuff, I knew we were in for some fun.
The Sith? What did you have again? What do you have?
We don't know.
Is it a cyst or a cyst? What? I'm not sure what you're suffering from.
They don't know either.
Explain it to him, Jim.
Well, Jim had something in your
I don't know.
No, that's just it. I don't know either. That's why I got to follow up with my doctor tomorrow.
No.
Okay.
Jim mentioned something in your mouth, like
A little
Wow,
insanity, some mental retardation's probably in there somewhere. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Corvair. Just saying.
Corey,
Just a little.
Das Wolfen says hi, Corey, and hey, everybody.
Oh! Donkey shame. Or
I
whatever
don't
they say at
remember
night.
Das Wolfen.
Donkey crap.
Huh? Das
It's
Wufen?
donkey crap.
I don't remember Das Wufen? Probably not.
I don't remember Das Wolfen.
I love that movie.
But I meet a lot of people, though.
You still remember?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I love it when the Alzheimer's takes it.
Dude,
It's like I got a brand new house. Did I already say that?
that's
Yes, you
funny.
did.
Hi, my name's Jim.
All right.
I don't get many visitors.
and I'm a member of Modelers Anonymous.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hi, my name's Jim, and I'm addicted to plastic.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
You wouldn't be addicted to plastic. You'd be addicted to sniffing Tamiya.
Oh my gosh. Hey, there. That's a good. Hey,
I do like the smell of that.
hey, can we get someone? Can we get a? Can we get someone to do a rewrite
that's
on
sweet.
Addicted to Love? Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. Call it Addicted
Stop
to
it.
Love. That would be a Weird Al Yankovic tune.
Well, he did
Hey.
Addicted to Spuds, so.
Pardon?
You know, all you have to do is go on ChatGPT and say,
Oh
you
yeah.
want to do a song based off Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer, based around making scale models.
Cut it out.
There you go.
Come on, cut it out.
This is going over
Oh.
the World Wide Web, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, Corey. Das Wolfen says it's John, but it's not Erford and it's not Clement either. It's the other John.
Oh,
It's the other.
John Schmidt?
He just says the other John. So,
I know 8 Johns. So is
I don't
it one of the
want
other John, or that John that I met that one place? Or the John that got married but I couldn't make it to Kansas City? Which John?
I've been in a lot of jobs.
You
Well,
know,
that sounds
don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, you look as fantabulous. Thank you very much.
yes, he said that.
Yes. Tell him I said hello and congratulations on the new nuptials. Because he did just get married.
Sorry.
Oh.
You know,
Sorry
John
about
is the
George,
guy
said,
that...
George has the same markings, but his broke apart. Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
these have the copyright of 1992 on them, and I'm using them.
Oh boy.
John
Really,
Schmidt
all
was the
that
guy that
yellow
was
stuff
running
is-
Stargate at Game
Stayed
Days.
in the box for the entire
Yeah.
time.
I think I'm done. I don't know if they want to hate all this stuff and all everything.
It looks like swearing.
So yeah. So we'll let that dry overnight. Put a coat of clear on it, and we'll call it done too.
And this is gonna take a while.
Except you just polished the T word, right?
No, this is a different one.
Yeah.
This is one I've had sitting in the stash for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shelf of Doom? Or
Yeah, over there. Shelf of Doom's back over there.
Oh yeah. I remember which one you're talking about
the
now.
Shelf of I'll Get Around to It?
Yes. I built this last July. This is the one I tried doing on the speed.
Wait a minute, isn't that
Oh.
the shelf of doom? The shelf of I'll get around to it later?
Wouldn't
No,
that be
no, I
considered
have a-
the platform of procrastination?
Shelf of
The
Doom
shelf
is
of-
you
the
don't
shelf.
really ever plan on getting back to it.
Right.
Right?
Shelf of I'll Get Around to It is that
Right over there.
yeah, he's got like 17 different builds going on, and
Yeah. So we're knocking them out. So,
I don't be doing that. I just have 2 going at all times.
but it's getting better over there. I've knocked off 1, 2, 3.
Now, stuff from the Shelf of I'll Get Around to It
4.
could eventually end up on Shelf of Doom.
Now,
But Shelf of Doom will never make it back to I'll Get Around to It.
Yeah.
Is that like every bourbon's a whiskey, but not every whiskey's a bourbon?
Yes.
Right. That's why they call it the shelf of doom. Once you're there, it ain't going nowhere.
right.
Like all tangerines are mandarins, but not all mandarins are tangerines.
Yes. Correct.
But
There
do
you
they
go.
dream?
All right, everybody. It's about that time. About a little after 10. So I think we're gonna head on out. So remember, not next week, not the following week, but not the following week, but in 4 weeks.
July 2nd,
Yes.
I believe, is
Yeah.
the Wednesday.
Yep.
Hey,
July
right on
2nd.
time to go to another holiday.
July's
Cool.
on Friday this year.
Yep. So next week I will be in Black River and Lesterville, Missouri.
Nice.
And then I'll be leaving on Father's Day from there and driving to Pensacola Beach, Florida for 2 weeks. My goal is to go and hit John's Models in Cantonment, Florida.
Uh-oh.
So that is a really cool hobby shop. So I went there last time. Hope to go back there again. He's got some really rare stuff, so I'm excited about that.
Are you going to the Naval Museum in Pensacola?
We'll see. We've gone there every year or every other year. So I basically can walk around and be like, "That's that one. That's that one.
Yeah.
That's that one. That's that
Seen
one.
it,
That's that
seen
one."
it,
So
seen
Hey.
it, seen it.
You know there's a live fire range not that far away.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
that's over. Let's see. And we've gone over to. I've done the Eglin tour, so I've toured Eglin Air Force Base. I've been to Hurlburt Field, where the Special Forces train at. So yeah, so we've been all over down the Panhandle part. So, but hopefully able to relax. I got some really good reading material, so pretty excited about that. I got some fantasy. I got some science fiction. I got some let's see, espionage, spy thrillers. So I think I'm pretty set. So.
You got any fan fictions?
No.
Oh. That was just a joke anyway.
I actually got the new Dan Brown novel for Daddy's Day.
Nice.
The Hidden Symbol. Love those books.
So.
And then I just finished The Fall of Gondolin by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Nice.
Yeah. It's no reads like a Bible, but hey, you know what? It's Tolkien, so. Yeah.
So make sure you guys get your group builds done, and then you can also start working on your Since You've Been Gone. Group builds starting on
What
the
if mine's
26th.
destroyed?
So
What's the new group build?
Since You've Been Gone, it's all let's see, any subject that is no longer in production or their company is out of business or have been merged.
So like Grumman.
So you could do like a Pontiac GTO, because Pontiac no longer exists. You do a Plymouth Prowler, because Plymouth no longer exists.
A Geo Metro.
You can do that. You can do, let's see.
If you can find one.
A Yugo.
Let's see. You can do a Yugo.
Daewoo.
No,
Yeah.
you go.
You go nowhere.
You can do a Hyundai. Hyundai's over? No, Hyundai.
Hyundai still.
Oh, Hyundai's around? Okay. Now,
Hyundai Kia.
now, you can do an F-15 as long as it says McDonnell Douglas F-15. If it says Boeing, it's still around.
DeLorean isn't still in production, correct?
Correct.
Oh, we've talked about this. Okay.
Yes,
So,
they
yeah,
are.
so-
They're making a new electric car. Supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Oh, bummer.
let's see.
But like you couldn't do like Northrop because Northrop Grumman. You couldn't do Grumman because Northrop Grumman.
Right.
No, you can do Grumman because it's merged.
Yeah, nope. Okay.
So you can do an
I
F-14
was just saying
Tomcat.
also, because that's what I'm doing.
You can do the P-61.
Hey, Chris, there's our opportunity. Let's break out that Revell one. Let's rock that thing.
Uh,
Oh, he's gone.
So
He's gone,
I don't think
so-
Chris is here.
yeah.
Yeah, Chris left a while back.
Now,
I know.
you
I'm
could
saying
do
the
a A-10 Fairchild.
Doing
That
it.
was a low
See,
blow.
I don't start these. I'm not starting these.
So, there you
Yes,
go.
but you don't stop them either.
And
So,
I
yeah,
just
so there you go.
Do either.
Yeah,
that's
George,
what
I'm
we
going to
asked
throw a
for.
flag on that one. You can't know Star Wars kits.
They have never
It has to be
existed.
something real.
You gotta be something real on this one. Sorry. So,
Yeah, he drives a hard competition, doesn't he?
yeah,
I like that.
but yeah.
I mean, this guy was a lawyer at one time, I bet.
Yeah, I can
He's
see,
a
I can
teacher.
do,
That's even worse.
I don't know.
see, I could do this one. Because it's a McDonnell Douglas F-15C, but
You can't do. I know what he's gonna do.
I can't do that one.
Oh yeah,
So-
I know.
Because it says Lockheed Martin F-16. Well,
It's
but if I had a
good.
General Dynamics F-16, you could do that.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so there you go.
good.
So there you go. There's a little explanation about that. So rock and roll. So yeah, so General Dynamics is still around, but they make tanks now
Yeah.
and submarines, I think. So all right, guys, we're out. We'll see you in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We'll see you on the 2nd of July.
Yep.
Sounds good.
As always, thanks for watching Mile of the Mats. I'm Matt.
And I am also mad.
And you've been watching the Battle of the Bats with the Hive Mind. Thanks for watching. Model on, everybody. See you later.